Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the magician, Mercury, the trickster, the juggler. This is very good energy. This is very concentrated efforts. I feel like right now in your life, you're able to take advantage of every resource that you have. Literally every object you come across in your life, you're able to apply toward your goal. There's this intense concentration, this intense focus. Yeah. Let's put this into some context. I feel like I feel like everything is useful to you right now. Every little bit of information, every fact, every experience, everything you witness, everything you see, hear, or speak is geared toward this one particular goal. Yeah? Let's see what's going on with that card. That's really great to get this as the first card. Oh, and there's the magician's magic wand, too. We needed that, right? What's a magician without the wand, yeah? Three of Wands. And we've got the Justice or Adjustment card. We've got the World or Universe card. And the Lover's card. Wow, look at that. Five of Wands. Now a Queen of Wands. And a Nine of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. This is crazy. This is pretty intense. This is pretty rare to get all of these cards kind of in one. It's all fire, right? All fire, and then major arcana energies. I feel like you are really, this is really major fortune. And this is really something that you are taking control of. This is something that you are producing, that you are putting, again, all of your efforts are going into something. You've got your eyes set on the entire world. Spirit's telling you that you can have the entire world. It is in your fate. It is your destiny. It is this Wheel of Fortune saying it is time for you now to, in some ways you're taking over the world, right? And we mean that metaphorically. But you are really kind of like making a name for yourself. You are emerging as a master in some field. Now, sometimes the Magician card is the refinement of a natural talent into mastery. They say it takes something like 25,000 hours, right, to become a master at something. I feel like you've done it a lot quicker than that. But this is where we are, right, at this kind of mastery. And there are levels of like education, because see, the Magician card, this card means learning, it's science, language, medicine, stuff like this too. But it's really a card of knowledge and wisdom and learning, okay? And there are tricks to learning, I guess. There are stages to learning. I feel like there's one stage that I think is probably represented by this. This is like the time. This is where you go professional with something, where you've learned something adequately and you're able to get a job doing it, and that's good. That's great, right? So then what is the Magician card? Well, the Magician is you now becoming a master at this thing. So this is a step beyond just like competence. This is where now you make it look effortless. You make it look like magic. You've learned your craft so well that people are going to be astonished watching you do it. That it's going to seem so easy and so effortless that people are going to say, I don't know how they're doing that. Yeah. That the mark of mastery is when people can't tell how much like skill actually goes into something. You ever watch like a musician or anybody that has that kind of mastery at something, a piano player, right? They do it in such a way that it just looks effortless, like, oh, I could do that. No, I can't. You can. You can, and that's the point. I feel like you're taking something to that level of mastery, where it's an art form now, where it is beautiful to witness. It is something to behold. It's not just you're good at it and we're going to pay you to do it. No, this is beautiful to behold. Yeah. And we also have, there's a lot of major arcana cards here. This is something very creative for you. This has all of the best fire energy. And the magic wand really is your ability to point your soul, to point your consciousness, your spirit at something and do it to that level of mastery. The only way that you can get this kind of one-pointedness is to make sure that your soul, your spirit, your body, your heart, and your mind, that everything is together as one, right? We have to be functioning as one whole being, one whole unit. And that's why everything that you have, everything that you are, is pointed toward that particular goal, okay? Your heart is in it, your mind is in it, there are no doubts. Everything is just laser focused on that particular thing. I don't know what that thing is for you. It's going to be different, I think, for all of you. There's been some Aries readings where I'll say that there's a spirit shows me like a stack of books, right? And I'd always assume that they're unread books, that those are the books you buy them and you just haven't got around to reading them yet. No, I now think it's the other way around. These are all the books that you've finished reading and you're stacking them up, one after the other. Okay, read that, put it on the pile, right? You're consuming knowledge and experience in such a rapid way that it's really accelerating this kind of learning process. And it really is, it has this larger than life feeling, especially with this universe card. It feels like you are expanding to fill the entire universe. Well, if the universe has no boundary, then you're expanding infinitely, right? And we see that also with this Wheel of Fortune card. There's no limit to the kind of success. I feel like this is really indicating some major fortune for you. Major fortune. And the Lover's card too is very important because this is your choice to commit to this thing. If this is your ability to commit, your laser focus, your concentration, this is what you're committing to. Now, it's the Lover's card. It doesn't mean it's romance, okay? Put away your pitchforks. This is anything that you feel so strongly about that you're willing to give everything you have to it. Could be a career, could be a skill, it could be an artistic thing, could be a spiritual thing, it could be a relationship, yeah, who knows? It feels like something very creative. Yeah. This is, if you want to become the virtuoso, piano player, this is the piano, this is playing the piano. And all of this fire energy is your creative commitment, your laser focus, right? Now, before we get too far into it, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it down here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. And it will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. All right. Let's look down here again. It's so simple, yet it's so complete and so complex. Major, 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 fire, 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 fire. That's it. Simple, right? Spiritual energy and fire energy. Fire and spirit. This is you identified with spirit. If the fire energy is your personal will, your personal essence, the major arcana is the spiritual essence. This is heaven and this is earth, right? And they're the same. This is you being identified with spirit. This is a real attainment. The spiritual will is now your will. Your will is synonymous with the divine will. The fire and spirit are interchangeable at this point. Right? Interchangeable at this point. And we kind of see that here too. This is the magician and the wand, the spiritual will, the personal will. And then we could put the Wheel of Fortune right on top of the, let's see here. Well, we put that on the strength here, the foundation. The foundation of your strength is the identification with the spiritual will, with the psychic energy, with being able to receive the divine energy. We could put that on that one. We could put this over here. We put that there, and we could put that there. Everything has its counterpart. I think the Justice card here, or the Adjustment card, is you really being able to weigh the options and judge things in your life. And when we say to judge things, right, we're not judging something's intrinsic value. What we're doing with this card is determining everything in our life, every experience, every thought, word, and deed, every encounter, every experience. We are determining its value in our own kind of personal, which now we know is part of the divine plan, our personal plan. We're understanding how every single thing that happens to us is a direct dealing of God with our soul. Goddess, deity, guardian angel, whatever you want to call it. So we're weighing the value, we're judging everything and seeing how it fits into this divine plan. Everything has a message for you. Everything has a purpose. This is the card that's us trying to figure out where everything fits in. What is the message of this experience? You get stung by a bee. What's the message of that? What is that bee sting trying to tell me? Everything is a symbol. Everything is a message from the divine. And this is our discernment. This is us really understanding what that message is. Yeah. This is so nice. I can't get over it. Let's talk about the World card or the Universe card. It's up here at the top of the Path of the Dove. I think you've been seeking a life that is without limit, that is without borders or boundaries or restrictions. You've been looking for a container. You've been looking for an environment that is large enough to fill, to house your aspirations. So in some ways, this might be us like looking for the right place, the right venue, the right building to start our business, The right place. It has to be a place that's big enough to hold our energy. We're looking for the right vessel for what we're doing, the right physical vehicle. And what we have is nothing less than the entire universe. So this is, again, showing the scale or the grandeur of what you're doing. And I'm not trying to pump up your ego. But I feel like you're doing something that is extraordinarily significant, and you're not settling for anything less than everything. Yeah. And with this card, I do feel like there is a literally travel involved here. This is something that's going to take you around the world. This is something that is going to lift any kind of restrictions on you. Maybe there's financial restrictions. Well, those are going to be done. This is really major fortune. You're going to be free to travel the world, right? You're going to have the resources to do that. It's really stunning. Really, really good. I don't know what the Lover's card truly represents for you. This is your purpose. This is the choice that we make to commit to something because it is our essence. It is our divine union. It is our soulmate. It could be a person. It could be a way of life. It could be a skill, a talent. It could be a particular career path, or just a way of manifesting our spiritual purpose, our divine mission, our will. Yeah. And so I feel like this is kind of what keeps you motivated. This is what keeps you going, is this union, this partnership. It's a commitment, it's an oath, and then we even see that with the Nine of Wands. It's kind of a reinforcement of that oath. This is the strength. What gives us strength is knowing that we are together with spirit, together with our own purpose. This is also the union of your human will with the divine will, like we talked about with the fire and the major arcana. So this is a perfect marriage, a perfect union. right? That is leading to not only intense strength and willpower. The Nine of Wands is your ability to say something and follow through with it. This is the willpower, and whatever you speak is coming true, right? Is manifesting. If you say you're going to do something, you do it no matter what, right? And this is a foundational strength in you. And it is our connection with that lunar energy. See, sun and moon conjoined, connected. That's what is the foundation of strength. Knowing your potential, knowing your connection with spirit, cultivating that connection with the divine is what gives you strength to always choose that path, whatever this is, right? Every moment you're choosing this. This is a wedding that is happening in every moment, right? We're continually choosing that person, project, goal, that path, that road, that business, whatever it is, okay? The Three of Wands is our identity. It's how we are taking our will, our impulse, our intention to do something, and we're kind of analyzing. We know that the Trinity is really a unity. Yeah. But we're splitting it up into three so that we can know different sides of it, different faces of that. So we understand our heart. What are our values? What things do we cherish? And what gives us meaning and purpose in life? And we're understanding it from an intellectual point of view, too. What do we believe? What do we believe to be true about ourselves, about the world? Yeah. So in essence, this card really is the harmony of your heart and your mind and your body and soul, your spirit. Right? Everything is together as one focused creative force. Like this ace. And this ace, you point it at anything and it manifests. It's really a magical wand, right? It's a magical wand. And the magician is the one that, again, wields the wand, has to direct that force, point it at something, right? And it can be done. So I think lately you've really been rapidly accumulating knowledge, spiritual downloads, but also technical stuff, book stuff. It kind of reminds me like Neo in the Matrix, right? Where he just downloads like all these different languages and now he knows Kung Fu and all this kind of stuff. I feel like that's kind of what's been going on with you. You've been rapidly accelerating your learning, your acquiring of skill and knowledge. Yeah. And I wonder to what end. I wonder what you're doing with all of this. I mean, this is tremendous power. Let's move over to the Path of the Serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, I think you should. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. All right. The Five of Wands as your general energy. This is very important because we have all this fire, right? And with the fire, well, we don't want to burn out. We don't want to burn ourselves. We don't want to burn other people, right? We don't want the fire to get out of control. In terms of our enthusiasm, in terms of our zeal, right? Our ambition, our confidence. It's easy to get that inflated ego. It's easy to kind of forget to take care of yourself and forget to sleep or eat or whatever. The Five of Wands is really your ability to regulate this creative fire. We don't have to go full throttle, pedal to the metal all day and all night. We can ease back. We have to know when to slow down. We have to know when to speed up. We have to know when to cook something on high, right? When to boil something, and then when to let it simmer. And so this is, I think, what separates or what really distinguishes a creative genius. You know, somebody that knows how to control this, rather than just being overtaken by this fire energy, and it's just a frenzy until you burn yourself out. Well, there's control here, there's regulation. And that's the key to this, I think, major fortune that you're creating in your life. the ability to know when to speed up, know when to slow down, know when we're starting to run out of gas and maybe we need to refuel. Yeah. I'm wondering who this Queen of Wands is in your environment. I feel that there's an older female energy that is with you. I don't know if it is an ancestor that has passed, if it's a spirit that is with you, but I feel an older female energy that had this really kind of like really boss energy. They may even be a bit strict, and it could be the form that one of your spirit guides takes, or a guardian angel kind of energy, a spiritual energy. But I feel like it is, I feel like in some ways we are beholden to a higher power here. And I feel like it manifests to you at times as this older female energy. And it could be, again, it could be mom, grandma, it could be an ancestor, but I feel there's a real kind of stubbornness, a real bravery. There's a real intensity with this energy. And it's all done with purpose, with intention. Yeah. And so maybe this is a relative that you knew. Their energy is still with you. Their influence is still very significant to you in your life. Yeah. And I wonder if this is kind of like I don't feel like it's a grandma, but I don't feel like it's mom either. I feel like maybe it's like an aunt or an older sibling or something like that, or like an older cousin, or, you know, it doesn't feel like mom or grandma necessarily, but there's a strong connection there. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, who's the older female that you had a very strong connection with, either on the physical plane or on the spiritual plane as kind of as a guide or an ancestor energy? Okay, because I feel that person's still very, very close to you and guiding you in a way. Maybe guiding you directly with literally, you know, conversations, but guiding you at least in an intuitive or a psychic kind of way. Yeah. I'm also getting a B name for them. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, with a person with a B name. I'm also getting a K. It's a C or a K. It's a K sound. Karen or Ken or something like that, right? The K. C or K. We know about the Nine of Wands, right? The strength, the foundational strength. You have a very strong psychic sensitivity. You're very much connected with this lunar energy that is here. And this is, again, what kind of gives you strength. And it is connected with this ancestor type of person that we're talking about. I feel like you're very receptive to the subtle energies. You're very intuitive. Yeah. And sometimes I think we can get a little overzealous. We can get very enthusiastic about what we're doing. So it is kind of important to remember the regulation of the Five of Wands. Let's turn it down. Not everybody needs to see that intense enthusiasm that we have. You know, sometimes it's better to conserve that energy. But I feel like when you start talking, when you really get into a conversation with people, you can't help but get very animated, very excited about what you're doing. You know, and that's good. We also need to be aware if that is kind of a leakage of energy, if that's some creative fire that maybe we need to hold back a little bit and apply it somewhere else. Yeah. Now, the real crowning glory is this Wheel of Fortune card. This is the spiritual timepiece. This is the cosmic wristwatch. Spirit is saying, it's your time now. It's your time. This is really, it's your time to take over the world, to be master of the universe, right? That was a very good show. This is a wheel that now I wonder even if in the last year or so, if you've kind of felt like you've been at the bottom of the wheel, you know, between the rubber and the road, just kind of getting ground down. It's just been kind of a grueling thing. Well, that wheel's turning around, and now I feel like you're coming back really to the top of this wheel. The absolute top of the world, the top of your game. And this is a wheel now that, if it spins, every point on this wheel is a jackpot. There's no bankrupt on this Wheel of Fortune, right? Everything is a jackpot. So it's really the advice here is to roll with things. Okay? Roll with things. If we see that there is a disagreement between what we feel to be our will and what we feel is the spiritual will, we have to realize that it is us that is out of harmony and not spirit. Okay? So we see a lot of that here, right? Because we got odd numbers. We got ace. We got 1. We got 3. We've got 5. We've got 9. We don't have any even numbers, right? We don't have any even numbers here. So, to me, this is the idea that we are very active in this work right now, but we have to also know when to yield. And that's part of that 5 of Wands. We have to know how to regulate that. If we feel that things are getting out of sync, out of phase, out of harmony, it's our effort that needs to get that back to harmony. And sometimes that effort is us pulling back. It's kind of a lack of effort, right? Not to interfere, not to try to force it, but just to slow down, to stop trying, right? And just let things come back together. Because we want to try to maintain the harmony here between the divine will and our human will, which again is kind of the implication by what cards we have here today. This is really a rare spread. I want to look at the mystery card now. And I want to know if this is going to be some harmony. Are we going to get a 6 of Wands? Are we going to get a 6 of Cups? Maybe the 6 of Cups is what we need. I would go for literally any 6, right? Any 6. Interestingly, the Lover's card is the 6th mystery of the tarot. So it is that union. This is the harmony that we need to make. Our human will and the divine will, perfectly married, perfectly in sync, equal, just identified and very resonant. Okay? And that's what we're kind of striving to maintain in order to continue this progress in the way it's meant to continue. So for the mystery card, I'm thinking either the Lover's card again or a 6 of something. If you have a prediction, I want you to put it down in the comments. All right? Let's see what we have. Well, we've got a 9 of Cups. It's not the harmony that we're looking for, but it's another 9. And this is pure happiness. This is really achievement after achievement. And if you think about that mantle behind you, that is where all the trophies are going to go, all the big wins, right? It's not just one trophy, one accomplishment, and then that's it. This is something that's going to be more and more and more and more. You're going to achieve one thing, but then you're going to go and you're going to keep doing it. It's hit after hit after hit, right? Platinum record after platinum record after platinum, #1 single after #1. Like it's going to keep going. It's not just a once and done. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. If you can stay in harmony with spirit, then this is a lifelong series of major fortunes, right? It's not just one and done. And that really that's nice. And that's beautiful. And it goes right there with that strength. And this is the strength of our commitment to this kind of marriage. And it's that union, it's that commitment, that harmony that's going to produce all of that good fortune. This is really, I'm kind of jealous, I'll tell you that, Aries. This is beautiful. This is really amazing, amazing spread of cards here. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, but I am here every day, so you can come back again and see me tomorrow. Also, go visit my wife's page. She runs Ula Tea Leaf Readings. That's ULA, Tea Leaf Readings. She does marvelous work over there. So go check the Aries reading over there or check a different placement. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.